Chapter 5, short summary. Emelin adjusts to living with Creon. She finds it both dangerous and exciting. She doesn't want to trust him yet, but she finds him fascinating and beautiful. Despite their shared goal and magical pact, her attitude towards Creon is hot and cold, or what is called tsundere. Long summary, Chapter 5. FMC is in bed next to Creon, and she is both panicking and fantasizing about him. Her anxiety attack goes away when he clamps his wings down on her, pressing her into the bed. After dissociating, FMC admits, quote, "Perhaps all I needed was a hug," end quote. FMC wakes up in the silent death's bed, noting how exciting that is. Quote from later in this chapter, "His beauty was just another cruel fey trick, but I wouldn't let it defeat me. I was going to be civil, perhaps, but nothing more than that. Composed and cooperative, but never compliant. If he wanted blind obedience, he had found the wrong mage to toy with," end quote. So FMC notes how she wants to be tsundere towards Creon and not give in to him too easily. Then she starts evaluating how sexy her body is, or rather isn't, compared to Faye, and finds herself totally inadequate by comparison, especially her breasts and short stature. And I think this is the quote that threw off some of the reviewers and made them think it's written by a man. Quote, "Fae females at the Crimson Court were tall and round-breasted and altogether stunning. I was ... bony, my mother used to tell me, a head shorter than even the shortest fae I'd seen, wingless and bland. Whatever blood my fae parent had given me, it wasn't worth much," end quote. She uses his bath, which is the size of a lake, and has a full apothecary store full of potions and lotions, lavender and jasmine, basically like a bath bomb which has glitter and scents. A single-use bath bomb is roughly $8 in real life, so I guess she can forgive all the murder and torturing he's done, because this bath is amazing. FMC feels self-loathing about being part fae, and also about not feeling pretty compared to them. After taking a bath in Creon's tub, she picks from a pile of dresses. Why does Creon have a pile of dresses? We'll never know. FMC is hungry, and Creon reassures her that this food is ethically sourced, not from human tributes, only from fae farms. This is some organic free-range marketing nonsense for sure. With the way Mother Fae has a death grip on everyone, who is to say that fae farm workers are treated any more fairly than human tributors? Why the need to feel morally superior when they're all being held hostage by her? FMC shows more tsundere appreciation for Creon's free-range, probiotic, organic, superfood, ethically sourced cacao reassurance. Creon's note about his ethically sourced food also contains M-dashes. After she eats a bunch of his delicious food, she says, "Thank goodness this dress isn't too tight. It would have burst at the seams." And here we have the first mention of Helmer, a guy that Emelin liked for 6 months during her failed seamstress apprenticeship. Helmer is a human male who serves as the standard "MMC is so much better than a regular handsome human" comparison trope. Helmer only comes up about 3 times in the whole book, and he's only ever mentioned to be compared to Creon and point out how inferior Helmer was and how superior Creon is compared to a regular hot guy. For some reason, Creon also has the most expensive pair of shoes FMC has ever worn in her entire life ready for her. Good to know that even in a fantasy fae world, sugar daddy relationships are still important and appreciated. Sure, he abducted me, almost got me killed, made me sleep in his bed, destroyed my whole life, but he gave me Louboutins. Creon only wears black coats, so he dresses like he's from the Matrix, except all the settings are tropical islands, which are probably hot and humid, so this choice makes little sense other than to fit in with his juvenile theme of being a Reaper main. Jokes aside, it's later explained in another chapter that wearing black gives him an arsenal of colors to use for magic. There are many quotes in this chapter that show Emelin's self-loathing, such as, quote, "This puffy sleeve hides my bony arm," end quote. Even though it was just explained she has to sleep in his bed because other fae might see, she blows a hole in his window using her forbidden magic, which was explained earlier to guarantee she will be tortured or killed if revealed. But apparently she can do this now and many times later in the book with no consequence because she's feeling tsundere. like a teenager who got her phone taken away. Just like in the book Rotten to the Core by Alexi Blake, and probably what happens in Book 2 of From Blood and Ash by Jennifer Armentrout, the abducted FMC finds MMC's homeland so infuriatingly beautiful, even though she wants to hate it, just like she wants to hate him, but finds him so infuriatingly and undeniably beautiful. Just another way in which we see FMC turn out to be all wrong about everything, because the right answer is to always love MMC, and FMC is just too stupid to see that right away. This is followed by a literal mouth-gaping moment where she is entranced and staring at him because he's just so beautiful when he's barefoot and shirtless. Quote, "It took me a moment to realize my mouth had sagged open," end quote. Being seduced by the physical beauty of the MMC's landscape or his physical beauty is a common element in the enemies to lovers tropes. Emelin has to remind herself not to fall so easily for Creon. But everyone loves the body betrays me type of writing, right? There's nothing rapey or non-consensual about this being a core trope in romance. She has like 5 pages straight of an inner monologue about how hot he is before she finally speaks and says, quote, "morning," end quote, to him. This helps to role model inner obsession over a man you just met for young women readers. She asks him how old he is, and he's 368 years old. Move aside, Grandpa Edward Cullen, we have a true gentleman here. She sympathizes with him being born and raised as a killing machine. Even though she still wants to view him as an enemy, she tries to stay strong, but, quote, "The bastard really should have been wearing a shirt, damn it," end quote. Creon is just too sexy, so her willpower means nothing. She demands he train her so she can kill the Fae Mother as soon as possible.